Okay, hello, good morning. This is Bogdan Kudzilo from TriStar. We're going to start our webinar in very shortly here. Before we start, this webinar will be recorded for future playback in case you want to share with those on your team that can't attend today. And we're going to be talking today about Thingworx Navigate 1.5 updates. So this is the latest release of the Navigate view that helps us understand Windchill data and data from other systems um, in a much simpler way for those roles that need access to that data very quickly. So we're gonna get going here pretty soon into the main presentation. Before I begin, I wanted to just highlight some of the time-limited offers, and this will be until September 30th. So have a look at our website, www.tristar.com, which you see on the screen there today, and have a look at some of the good deals up there. So what I want to do today is just go over the Navigate overview and what's new in the later release of 1.5. And then if there's any questions, I'll be happy to take them at the end of the webinar. So, a quick review on what is Thingworx Navigate. So typically within the company, as data gets created, various roles within the company typically need access to that data. So there's usually one place, and that's either the ERP or PLM system that houses that data, and different roles, depending on the type of data that they're looking for, require that to make decisions, to respond to changes, to provide data for others outside of their organization. But getting to that data sometimes is a challenge. A lot of users don't want to learn new systems. They may go into one system very infrequently, so they really just don't know the interface, the picks and clicks as well as they should, and that kind of slows them down. So to get access to that data, typically the occasional users will kind of go into that system once a year, once a month, once a week, not very frequently, but most of the time, because it's quicker, they'll kind of go to somebody, some type of enterprise application expert that knows that system in and out, to get that data for them. So this could be someone in engineering, this could be a document management person, configuration management person that is very familiar with ERP systems, PLM systems, and they can find the data that those users need very quickly. But they're kind of relying on that user, and there may be multiple of those type of users in the company, and they really are going to spend a lot of their time providing data for others. So if we can kind of cut out that middle person and have the respective roles, people in those roles kind of get the data that they need out of the system, that just increases productivity, minimizes the amount of time people spend looking for information. So they can kind of use a role-based application to get to the data that they need. They may not need everything that exists in the system of record. They just need only that specific file, that specific information that will help them carry out their duties, aid them in their decision making. So PTC has introduced a while ago something called Thingworx Navigate, and this contains several apps that are targeted towards various user roles. So some of these apps could go in and get drawings. Some of these apps could go in and get documents. Some people might want to look at bill of material information, parts lists. Some people might want to just go into the system and download PDFs, neutral files of CAD, like step files, just to get the information locked in that system, but not anything more detailed. So they need a really simple interface, and this is what Thingworx Navigate aims to provide. So the Thingworx Navigate is able to look into Windchill as well as a variety of other systems and pull data or attributes in one place in a consolidated manner to give people information really quickly. So Navigate is usually going to not require any kind of Windchill upgrade. It's pretty easy to deploy, and the user training is really very quick. It's a very intuitive interface. The Navigate application comes with several apps out of the box. It is also available as a toolkit or application toolkit that companies can develop other apps internally. A lot of companies develop website front ends, portals. They may develop, custom SQL queries that will just return data from their other systems. So you can do very similar things with Navigate as your development portal into that data and present it to the roles that need it. So with that quick overview of Thingworx, let's take a look at what the latest version, Navigate 1.5, contains. So this version was released this past summer in June. The main support for Thingworx 8 is included, so that's the backbone that has all the latest updates. If we take a look at the Navigate apps themselves, here's a list of some of the common Navigate apps, and the ones I highlighted in red, in the red boxes, are some of the new ones that have been included in Navigate 1.5, the View Document Structure and the Download Drawing Bundle app. And each of these can be edited. So here I'm looking at the Navigate front end. It's a web front end. As an administrator, so the administrator can go in just through this simple interface and edit the visibility of any of these apps for the roles within their company. So some people can have visibility to all of these, some people can have visibility only to the ones that they functionally need. So the other enhancement as well has been to not only provide this Navigate interface through a desktop browser, like the common ones out there, Chrome, Firefox, Internet Explorer, but also have it available for natively supporting the mobile browsers like Safari and Chrome. And the display will adapt to whatever device that Navigate is used on. Right, so if I go into a bill of material, I go into a part and I want to see information about it, I can use both desktop and mobile devices to do that within my company. This 3D viewer that has been in Windchill is now running on any platform. So in the past, we could only run this on Windows devices, Windows operating system, because it was an ActiveX plugin. Now it is a WebGL standard plugin that can work on any device. So the plugin itself doesn't require any installation. It's native into the web page itself. And that means users on the app, the Apple operating systems, users on the Android operating systems can kind of use their devices to browse into the Windchill system for 2D and 3D files. The latest Navigate version also supports single sign-on. So users or companies that don't want users to maintain multiple logins to authenticate into their systems can use a single login that will then be kind of used across a variety of their systems, and they will not get multiple pop-ups for authentication. And that's managed by HTTPS certificate, and the authentication is done by the Ping Federate application, which is included as part of the Navigate application. One of the other enhancements, or the app, enhancements to some of the apps, are the ability to download all or selected files. One of the updates is the ability to search. If I'm looking at a parts list in an assembly, the ability to search for parts in that result table, as well as being able to download not only a particular design file like a step file, a DXF, PDF, but the ability to download all of my design files at once. Right? So if that part has a drawing, that part has a 3D model that I want to download in a neutral format, I can do that directly as well. I can also integrate with some of the other ERP systems, and SAP connection is included to pull information like stock information and cost information alongside of my Windchill information. So here that's shown in the columns beside some of these parts. So one of the integrations that's out of the box in Thingworx is the SAP integration. Thingworx can connect to other ERP systems as well, but the Thingworx Navigate is shipping with the default SAP connector out of the box. And when I'm configuring which attributes I want to pull from my ERP system, they're going to be shown, and I can then just configure my columns in Navigate with those ERP attributes themselves. Right, so I can select which roles are going to be able to see those attributes. Right, maybe not all roles I want to see, for example, the cost attribute, but maybe purchasing I do. So that's going to kind of allow that user role, when they log in, to see those attributes pulled in from the SAP system and available as a column. Right, so that's just one example for cost, and I can add as many attributes as I feel that these user roles require. And all these other attribute values are coming in from Windchill, like the part, the name, the life cycle state, the design files themselves. The other enhancement into Navigate 1.5 was the ability to view document structures. So in the previous versions of Navigate, the users could search for documents, not only parts and drawings. So if there was a document in its native format, or a PDF representation of that native format, the user can go in and download that content. Now in Navigate, the user can also look at any document structures that have been set up. Windchill gives you the ability to link one document to another, just like in an assembly structure. So any referencing documents, either from the ArborText suite of products, or just a document-to-document reference in Windchill, now are able to be shown as a structure in Navigate. So there's a document structure app that lets you see those and then toggle through which document the user may need. And then there's an option in the interface for the user to be able to download either the native version of the document, a PDF version of that document if it's been published to a PDF, or just go directly into Windchill to get additional details and navigate the Windchill system itself. There's also another app called the Drawing Bundle Download. So this allows the users, in the use case of where I may have an assembly and I may have multiple assemblies or sub-assemblies that are not necessarily related together, but I still want to download their respective drawings, if they're PDFs. So I can go into this download drawing bundle app, paste the part numbers that I'm interested in, and the app will find if there's any drawing related to that part number and have the ability to either download the drawing one by one or download the whole set of drawings into a zip file that gets created as a single package. So the app will show the user which parts have drawings that it found, which ones don't have drawings, and the user can make a decision to download what they need. So that is a new app in Navigate 1.5, the Download Drawing Bundle app. So that's, those are the enhancements in Navigate 1.5. I wanted to also kind of end off this presentation showing the evolution of Thingworx Navigate. So we took a look at the Navigate View application, and you can see that we're a year into, about a year and a half, a little bit more than a year and a half into this application, and new support is being added in terms of functionality, in terms of supporting operating systems for the viewer. There are newer releases always being continuously developed, and you can see here in the future the Navigate application is just going to evolve. So the next few enhancements are going to contain things like where used, being able to view ECN information, the ability also to contribute, so not only view but contribute and sign off on tasks, upload documents, supporting documents, use the WebGL viewer to mark up CAD files, drawings, to store those markups inside of Windchill to contribute to a design review potentially, or a change, supporting change information, upload documents related to a change, and so on. Future releases are also going to be able to, users are going to be able to create or author new objects within the system in a simpler interface. So that's, those are the items I had for today for the updates to Thingworx. I want to see if anybody has any questions. If you do, post them inside of your GoToMeeting chat, and I'll be able to answer any you may have. So I'll give everyone a minute or so if you have any questions. I don't see any right now in the question queue. I hope you found this presentation useful on the latest updates. And okay, I see a question came in. The question is for the 3D graphics within the viewers, is the system using a plugin or is it a WebGL Java-based script? So no, there's no plugin. It is using native Java-based WebGL to look at the 3D thumbnail, spin it around, zoom in, zoom out. So there is no plugin that any user needs to install anymore. So whatever tablet you're using, you could view that directly. Now the question, if you have a drawing in the PDF format, Does it open with a plugin in Creo View, or is the PDF as as a standalone that can open in like Adobe Acrobat or something? So it depends how you're looking at the content. So there's an app. If I go back here to my summary of apps in the beginning, so there's this app here called View and Measure in 3D. So this one, if you expose this to the viewers, if you open up a drawing and it has a PDF file as a primary content, this app will actually launch Creo View. Right, so the Creo View app is not WebGL based, right? So it's still the old, the old one that is the ActiveX based, which allows people to do a lot of things in there that the WebGL doesn't support yet, or the WebGL version doesn't support yet. So that will allow you to open up that primary PDF in the Creo View application and allow you to mark it up if you need to. If you're just not using that option, but kind of looking at the part or drawing either through the View Design Files or View Drawing app, and that has that native Creo or SolidWorks or UG or Inventor, what have you, file, if that's been published to a PDF, post-published, you'll be able to open up that native PDF into your system. So obviously the Creo View viewer is not supported on anything other than Windows. So if you want to do the markup in that, you need a Windows device. But if you just want to download a PDF and open it in like Adobe, then you could do it through any of these other apps and download the PDF directly. Another question came in around hardware requirements. What are the hardware requirements for this? So, because this is a very lightweight web interface, you don't need a very powerful workstation or a very powerful tablet. You can open these on the phone, for example. So any basic interface that has the latest web browser on it that supports WebGL, and most later web browsers do, you'll be able to open this Navigate front end and look at content, search for content into your Windchill system, just with a low performance hardware. But you do need support for the later web browsers. If you have a very outdated web browser, certain pieces of the interface may not work, like the 3D viewer, because in earlier versions of web browsers, like the HTML5 and WebGL technology wasn't really supported that well. Okay, so far those are all the questions I see. I want to thank you for your time today, taking a look at Thingworx Navigate 1.5, and we look forward to seeing you on our future webinars. Okay, thank you everyone. Have a great day.